Hi, this is Dan Collins joining you again from Traders Expo New York. With me is Rob Ross, founder of White Indian Trading. We've been talking to Rob about his option strategy and the fact that you focus on liquid markets in all your trading. Tell us why.
Well, White Indian Trading, I'm a commodity trading advisor, so I'm in the commodity space, not equities. So I like to have liquid markets. And so the markets I look at are like energy, so I'm going to do like crude oil and net gas. Of course, the S&P E-mini is one I look at. I do coffee, even though that has a hard close at a certain time every day and doesn't trade 24 hours. I do coffee, do the currency, so I do like euro. I look at euro, yen. I used to do a lot of British pound, but not because with the Brexit stuff, I've stayed away from that. So it's not just liquidity or lack of liquidity that make me not look at a market. It'll also be the known unknowns that are coming in. So sometimes elections or things like that, where you know there's a known unknown, I might avoid those situations. Not always, but many times. But I don't do things like rice or flaxseed or canola oil or stuff like that because I want to be able to have scalability. So if my system does work at a certain level, I want to be able to continue to work if more assets come into the company.
Yeah, you don't want to be in a position as you grow that you have to alter your system as money comes in.
Right, and so that's what happens is you have a scalability issues with any kind of fund or equity fund or hedge fund or a CTA. There's some that do very well, but they can't handle over a certain amount limit on there. So, and it's always about managing risk because you do have these issues when you go in and you do trading, that you do just want risk capital. You do have a chance, like, I don't win every trade. It's a matter of managing the risk. And the liquid markets help me do that in the sense that I'm not getting stuck because I can't get out or I'm getting too much slippage because the market's moving because there's not enough players in the game.
Yeah, and that's an important message, especially here at Traders Expo, where we have all these retail traders trying to learn about trading. Now, you're a professional and understand some of the risks, and you spend your full time managing your trading. For someone who's maybe doing this on the side and part-time, I would think it's even more important to stick with liquid markets.
Yes, and for some people, what they like to do is, they get off of work and they want to do some trading. Some people go, and I don't do Forex stuff, but some people go into the Forex one because there's the Japanese Open later on in the evening, and then of course the European or the British Open, like I guess 2 or 3 a.m. And so with commodities, of course, crude is a universal worldwide commodity that people trade. So you get some good liquidity on crude. Of course, bonds are looked at and traded worldwide by a lot of countries and governments. And so those become very liquid also, and even our S&P market's somewhat pretty liquid on there. So those type of markets you want to look at.
All right, well, Rob, tell us what you're up to now currently.
I'm doing a lot of research. I'm doing a lot of stuff on credit spreads, and I'm also doing what I call radicals, where I'm looking at ratio, calendar, diagonal spreads. So things that I can try to mitigate as much risk. There's always risk with all trading. There's always risk. But try to mitigate that risk, try to limit that risk. And so I'm always looking at calendar spreads or something that can help me. Because with my particular system, my alternative hedge system, one of the downsides of it is I can get whipped in the underlying futures. So I'm constantly doing research and saying, what can I do to try to limit this or reduce this? And so that's something that I program every day. And I'm always looking at systems, alternative methods to try to always deal with the risk management, because you always got constant risk, you always got constant loss that you're dealing with. And so, the days that you make money take care of themselves. It's always the days that you're losing money, which every trader has that, and that you want to be able to manage your capital to where you can go back in and compete another day.
Yeah, and that's an important lesson. You're always working on improving your system, and you can limit risk, but you always have risk, and you never think that you've come to the point where
and markets change. Yeah. You look at maybe what was popularly traded 10 or 12 years ago to today, and that changes over time. And the reasons why people trade stuff changes over time. And so you have to be adaptable to switch when things in the market are telling you that this is, and then the liquidity is one of those issues. You can look at the liquidity and whatever we're trading and whatever's liquid is the type of stuff I want to look at, and that's just going to be organic to push me into stuff that may become popular over time that may not be popular today.
Okay. How do people learn more about your...
So you can go to my website at whiteindiantrading.com or whiteindian.net. You'll see the disclosures on there, risk disclosures, but I can also send you my tear sheets, my disclosure document. You can read more about my CTA at whiteindiantrading.com.
All right, Rob, thanks for being with
Hey,
us.
thank you, Dan.
Hi, this has been Dan Collins from Traders Expo New York.